So let's send you over to Vicki right now. Vicki, it's a pretty start to this warm day.
It is. It's a pretty start, and it is going to be a warm afternoon ahead. So you can see that the sun is now coming up, and we've got that orange glow to the sky right now. This is the view outside of our stations in Dedham, and we're looking at temperatures already in the 60s and 70s. So it's pretty mild, especially compared to where we've been over the past several mornings. But the heat is on this afternoon. Mid-90s inland to close to 90 degrees in Boston, upper 80s, low 90s for the coastline, the beaches, mid-80s for the Cape and Martha's Vineyard with 70s for Nantucket. There will be a couple of clouds around, but it's shaping up to be a dry day ahead. And then we're in the 60s and 70s overnight tonight. Another mild night ahead, not quite as comfortable as what we've seen in recent days, but this is what you expect for this time of year. We're still dealing with that summer steam, and we're back at it again for tomorrow. Mid-90s inland, upper 80s, low 90s along the coastline, mid-80s for the Cape and Martha's Vineyard with 70s for Nantucket. You'll notice that we have this slight uptick in the humidity over the next several days, but we have dew points in the 60s, which tells us it's muggy, it's sticky, but not quite as uncomfortable as when we had dew points in the 70s. We're expecting a heat wave here in Boston, so that's 3 days in a row with temperatures in the 90s. And then we have a front moving through late Wednesday into Thursday that will eventually cool us back off into the low 80s by the end of the week, closer to our normal high of 81 degrees. I want to put this on your radar. So this front is heading our way late Wednesday into Thursday. It will kick off a couple of isolated downpours and storms. You'll notice, though, it's not for everybody. Where we get an isolated pop-up, watch out for some heavy rain and lightning. And then Thursday, we'll keep that rain chance in there as well. But again, not a guarantee for everybody. We're also watching the tropics. There's this area off the coast of Africa that has a high potential for developing into something tropical over the next several days. This is one to watch. The models are pretty clear about this going west towards the Caribbean and then taking a turn back out into the open Atlantic. Still too early to say the intensity of that storm, the direction it's going. It's something we'll be watching. As far as our 7-day forecast goes, temperatures in the 90s over the next several days. It's hot. It's a bit on the sticky side, and then we'll see some relief by the end of the week, back into the low 80s by Friday, and then heating back up by next Sunday.
All right, that sounds like a great forecast, Vicki. Thank you.